Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. I would like to give a brief commentary pertaining to the video I uploaded yesterday. In that said video, I made it known that I had talked to someone out of California who had information pertaining to the situation of Rondine and her children and how they came to come out of her custody. That was the purpose of the video, was to bring you all information that I spoke to someone who reached out to me. I didn't go look for them, because I don't have to look for people. If I choose to, then I will. But usually I do not. Someone contacted me. Just so happened, as I was leaving my first live, and they wanted to bring me said information, I asked them viable questions, and I stand on what they brought me. This is how I feel about that situation. For 7 weeks, we've listened to nothing but rumors and lies and stories and clout chasers. So what I find interesting is that out of 7 weeks of gossip and information, you want to tell me that what someone was telling me about Rondine and her kids and how they came out of her custody isn't the spoken word, but yet you could jump on shit you've been hearing out there that you don't know nothing about, and them folks ain't brought no receipts. And I don't have to bring you a receipt, because frankly, this is somebody's version who is in the loop, who knows her personally, and knows about the children in the said situation. And it's not a random person. And I believe this person. I believe this person. So I don't owe you all an explanation about nothing. Because many of you have jumped in the chat for 7 weeks. Different people's chats, social media, swearing for God you know everything about Rondine and her kids and Trezell and this woman and the mama and the grandparents. You all don't know nothing. Because you all ain't brought no receipts. How about that? You stay in people's chats, gossiping and spreading rumors and lies. And then the first time a YouTuber says, oh, I spoke to somebody, then you want to say, well, who are they? What are they? Well, guess what? If the person wants to be known, they have the free will to come forward and tell you all who they are and what they know. But let's keep it real. If that person was to come forward, you wouldn't believe a word they had to say. And trust me, they know her and the kids. So just like you can believe whatever version she gave you about how she lost her kids and CPS wrongfully took her kids and didn't give her time, blah, blah, blah. All you have to do is use math. Doesn't take 2 years to get your kids back. And I never rode on her every day on my channel because I didn't have to. So I don't need anybody in my chat or my comment box telling me about what I talk about. Because see, if you followed the queen, you'll know I never believed Rondine's version in the first place. But I don't have to talk about it every day, because most of you are going to believe what you want to believe. This source never said they knew where the children are. They never said they know the parents harmed them. I asked the person's opinion. What do you think happened? And the person said they think Trezell and the lady harmed the children. Never once in that video did I say this person knows exactly what happened. So you people get in the comment section spewing shit that don't make no sense because you don't listen. And that's the reason why I never jumped on anybody's he said, she said pertaining to this case. Because to me, this case is just like the mess that jumped off in Alabama a year or so ago. It's the same momentum. It's the same garbage. It's the same thing. You sit up here and listen to somebody tell you something on a YouTube channel and a Facebook, and you run with it and you believe it. And then the first time somebody come and say, well, I talked to somebody and they told me this, then you want to say, well, they must be lying. Well, ain't you been listening to lies all this time? Because you haven't had one receipt on the stuff you've been hearing for 7 weeks. So I find it funny you will come over in my playhouse and tell this queen that what this person had to say to me is not the spoken word. Well, how do you know that? Because, see, you don't even know who the person is. And I don't have to tell you who the person is. Because if they want to be known, they will come forward. They will let you know. They don't have to. They want to let me know, hey, it's a lot of bull been going on about this case. It's a lot of stuff you all been hearing that isn't factual. And I just accepted that they were telling me the truth. Why should I say that they're lying? Why should I say this person is a liar? See, that's what you don't understand. Those of you who have blind loyalty on some people you don't know anything about. You all have jumped on the ride of all these stories out here. And then the first time I jump on and say, hey, I talked to somebody, I believe what they're saying. Now you need a receipt. Oh, they're not telling the truth. Oh, where are the boys? Most of you ain't really been concerned about where the boys are, because every time you type, you little gangster typewriters get down in that comment box typing what you heard and what's the spoken word. You're spewing gossip. You're spewing innuendos because you don't know for sure what actually happened with Rondine and her children. You don't know exactly what happened between Trezell and Jacqueline West and those kids. You don't even know when they last were seen. You don't know if they were in that said house, sold, murdered. You don't know what happened in Bakersfield. You don't know anything. So you don't come over here telling me that who I talk to, they're not telling the truth. Because as I state, you don't even know who the person is. And trust me, they're close. They're very close in the circle. It's not a random person. It's not the checkout lady at the Dollar General. It's not the checkout guy at McDonald's. And I saw their face. And they don't know if I recorded the conversation. They don't know if I screenshot. So they took a chance by talking to me. See, that shows you how ridiculous some of you are. You all believe what you want to believe. And then when you hear something that you don't want to jump on a bandwagon, then you want to make that person out to be a liar. But hasn't this entire case been nothing but buffoonery and lies? A bunch of side pieces jumping on the bandwagon to be heard and to be seen, immersing themselves in something that one didn't concern them, they don't know nothing about, and then everybody else jumping in comment boxes and social media, passing the information that they're getting when they don't even know that it's actual, factual. I don't have to question anything, and you don't have no business questioning anything that I've said on my channel. Because one, I never stood on anything that I heard about this case on either side. CPS, Ryan Dean, the West family, extended family, I haven't believed nothing that's been said. And if you follow my content, then you'll know that. So what I say today don't matter that I didn't say it yesterday or 5 days ago, because I don't have to harp on the same subject every motherfucking day. And for those of you trolling the boxes, you're commenting on stuff you don't know nothing about because you don't know the queen. And you don't know what I stand for on this network. You don't know the commentary I've brought in previous videos. So you can't tell me, well, you said this yesterday and why today you ain't saying this? Because I say what I want when I want. I don't have to beat a dead horse every day. So let me make this clear to you, to some of you who cannot hear very well. The source does not know where the children are. The source does not know what Trezell and Jacqueline did to the children. They gave their opinion of what they think happened. And that's what I said in the video. The source is closely woven into Ryan Dean and the kids. So that's why they were able to give me information. They are not a CPS worker. For those of you who think that. Just somebody who knows Ryan Dean very well. And I took them at face value, and I believed what this person had to say. And I watched the person, their demeanor, and they didn't fold one time in the conversation. They didn't stutter one time in the conversation. So I believe this person. And in the end, you're entitled to believe what you want to believe. I don't care. All I want is for the children to be found. Either way. But I brought you this information because I was fed up last night. I was fed up with all these innuendos. I was fed up with hearing stuff about the biological family and all these wild whack stories and the adoptive parents going on the ABC News. That's why I was crunk last night. Crunk about that picture that's been released. Another picture, mind you, that is a picture that's old with an unidentified child in the picture. That's why I keep trying to tell you people, you don't know what you think you know. And this person verified that, hey, that picture that you all just saw going viral, that's not one of the children. It's not one of the West children. That's why I didn't want to speak on the picture. I kept saying in my last live, before I ended it, hey, this child looks different. And the person verified and said, no, that's another kid. Now, was that one of Trezell's foster children, he and Jacqueline? I don't know. Was it one of Miss Wanda's children? I don't know. Let me make all that clear. Let me make all that clear. And as I state, as far as CPS, you are never going to know what they signed off on. You are never going to get anyone to testify what they did as far as paperwork. They're not going to explain nothing to you about what they did, didn't do, who said what to whom pertaining to Rondine and her children. You're never going to get that. They're never going to tell you that. So that's why you can't come to the queen and tell the queen what the source is telling me ain't the truth. Because it's no different than what you've been hearing out here. You don't know all this shit you've been out here. It's the truth. 7 weeks of lies and stories. Not one receipt. Just somebody's version. So how's it different than this person contacting me to say, well, I just want to explain to you how the children got gone, what she did not do, did not comply, and how they got out of her custody. That's what's the purpose of the video. That was the purpose of the video. As far as Miss Wanda orchestrating the adoption and having anything to do with it, I ain't never told you I knew that. And this person is saying same thing. No, I don't think so. But see, you all don't listen. You take what you want out the video, and then you go run and spread stuff when I was live in Memorex. How could you misunderstand what the hell I was saying? Because this is what you all been doing since you first heard the children were missing. You've come up with every jacked up reason to where you think the children are, who took the children, who's involved. In the end, you don't know any more than I do. You don't know any more than I do. And I've never claimed to know where the children are. I've given my opinion that I think this couple harmed those kids. That's what I speak on. That's what I've spoken on. And this video I made was about the biological mother not being truthful about how her kids got out of her custody. That's what the video was about. And you can choose to believe whatever you want about Ryan Dean and the children, the West, the extended family. I don't care. Because frankly, I'm tired of all these people. Because all we've been hearing is a bunch of bullshit. And I think the fact that a new picture has surfaced online with the children being younger in the said photo with the grandfather should tell you something about the story. Why would they upload a picture of the children at a smaller age than 3 and 4? So you think about that, since you know so much about the story and what's going on. Why would the grandparents upload that picture to ABC of the children being younger, and one of the children in the photo is not even one of the West children? But you know everything. Because it's the same dirty game as Jacqueline and Giselle giving an older photo to the police when the children were smaller. And you don't see irony in that? You don't see there's something suspicious with someone giving a older photo of children once again pertaining to the children, which leads one to understand don't nobody have no later pictures of the children because possibly the children have been gone and they weren't invested in the children. Those who follow me know my plight. They know me. You outsiders jumping in mean nothing to me. Because you don't know anything. And you believe whatever you want to believe. But what you're not going to do is come in my chat and come in my comment box trying to make me believe what you think I should believe. Because I don't have to. And I never have. I haven't believed the word of anybody pertaining to this case. Biological parent and adoptive parents. And extended family. There's hanky-panky on all sides. As far as CPS, I don't sign off on saying what CPS did or didn't do because I wasn't a witness to what they did and did not do. And for those of you who want to try to tell me I don't know nothing about CPS, you can't tell me what the Queen know and don't know because you don't know me. Everybody's flawed. Let me make that clear for the dodo birds that can't hear. Every system is flawed because it's ran by man and woman. And if there was some hanky-panky going on with CPS, period, then that's up to people involved to handle that and investigate. Don't have nothing to do with me. I take the information that's been given to me and I chop it up. Unlike some of you who run first and take what you want. I don't do that. I listen to the information. I sit on the information. And I wait to see what I'm going to hear next. I don't form an opinion by the first thing I hear. I wait. I listen. I wait. And I shouldn't even have to make a video about last night. But you have flooded the comment box trying to tell the queen about the source. You don't even know who the source is. And let me tell you. And let me tell you. You would be sick if you really knew who it was. Oh, yeah. You'd be real sick. And then I'd like for the person to really speak up. So that way you can tell that person that they a liar. And that they don't know nothing about what they talking about. Because they had a bullseye view of Rondine and the kids. And what was going on at the time when the children were removed. And for those of you who are so stupid and ignorant, who has to explain to you the fact that 2 children got taken from their biological mother 2 separate times? She wasn't carrying twins, triplets, and they were removed at the same time at birth. Children are a year apart and taken out her custody at 2 different times. And yet you want to sit up and argue with strangers about this stranger and her children who are strangers. You need to check yourself. Because you don't know anything either. Nobody knows but the people involved. And I have never believed anything I heard about this story from day one. And I've made that clear in previous videos, so I don't have to explain nothing to you buffoons in the comment section. I believe what this source has told me. She knows Rondine personally. That's the said spoken word. Okay? That's the said spoken word. Knows of Trezell, knows of his mother, but does not directly know Jacqueline. Let me make that clear. And never once did the person say they knew what happened to the children. So stop asking me about that. And that person should go to the FBI. What is it that the person's supposed to take to the FBI that the FBI don't already know? Because the person never said they knew where the children were. The person never said they knew what he did to the children or what the wife did. They said, I think he harmed the kids because of his temper. But see, you don't listen. You do not listen. So don't come over here trying to tell me about what I mentioned in my video. This is my channel. I give my commentary. And that's what I gave last night. Was a conversation that somebody gave me pertaining to how the children got out of her care. Miss Dean. You entitled to believe whatever you want to believe. But stop running around here trying to tell everybody how the hell they should think and what they should believe in. Because in the end, ain't nobody talking about this story. In the chat box, Miss Dean, Trezell, his wife, Wanda, the brother on the East Coast, ain't not one of them brought a damn receipt. So I don't have to prove anything to you about who I talk to. Because I rarely talk to anybody pertaining to a case. Rarely. Ever. And I believe what the person had to say. And in the end, like I said, you're going to believe what you want to believe. But don't come over here try to tell the queen what she should believe. You can't tell me what to believe. That's the very reason why the children are gone right now. Because of foolishness. Utter foolishness. And this case is no different than the case in Alabama with Camille McKinney. It is the same trifling, ratchet behavior. Extended people jumping on the bandwagon, doing crazy stuff to draw attention to themselves, and it don't have nothing to do with the kids. Nothing to do with the kids. In the end, it should be about finding the children. Not all this extra stuff, G.I. Joes and ninjas and G.I. Janes jumping out of helicopters and shit, trying to be seen. Yeah, I'm saying it. Because it looks like to me, everybody got something to say and want to bring something and immerse themselves in the case. But in the end, it's about two people who allegedly said their children went missing. And in the end, you wouldn't have known nothing about Rondine had she not came forward to tell you she was a biological mother. How about that? Nor these relatives or anybody else. Had they been quiet, you wouldn't have known nothing. You wouldn't have known nothing about them folks. And you still don't know nothing. Because in the end, everything's about perception. And I don't trust anybody pertaining to the storyline. And that's just from observation. I don't have to be on the ground. Because I'm not a detective. I'm not a police officer. I'm a spectator who has an opinion. My own damn opinion. And I don't ride or die with nobody. Not CPS, not Rondine, not the West family, extended family, bio family. I form my own damn opinion. So I'm making this clarification for those of you who are riding the box down there, comment box, talking about stuff you don't know what you're talking about. Because in the end, most of you been spreading gossip, and you're still spreading gossip when you get in there telling me what you know about CPS and what they did. You don't know what them folks did. Because you weren't there. And neither was I. But I do believe the source. That she did not comply. She had 2 years to comply. And made no attempt to comply to get her children back. And that's how I felt day one. And I've said it before. I just don't talk about it every day in my videos. Because I don't have to. You don't listen anyway. So why keep talking about it? For those that want to tell me I'm changing my opinion. Queen ain't never rode on nobody's coattail pertaining to those children. So listen at that good. I don't believe anybody pertaining to the disappearance of those children. A bio or adoptive. Did you hear that? Good. I'm praying that the children are located either way. And as you see, weeks have gone by. There hasn't been anything founded pertaining to these children. Where they are, who's involved. But it looks like to me there's a lot of hanky-panky. And I believe the West family knew that the children were missing. And that's obvious. And the fact that a new photo has emerged, which is an older pic, shows everything I've been speaking on my channel. That extended family, some of them at least, knew the children had been gone. Because why would you upload a picture to ABC of children that are younger than the actual children's age? So that leads me to believe you weren't invested in the children. You did not have new photos of the children, and nor did the parents have new photos because they weren't invested and they didn't take pictures. And 9 times out of 10, the children have been gone longer than assumed. You come to me, you better come correct. You don't put no words in my mouth. Because I said what I had to say in my own damn video. And I shouldn't have to come back to repeat what I already done damn said. You don't listen. And that's what's wrong with most of you. And the same ones that want to knock the source, you're the same ones that have been spreading lies and gossip for 7 damn weeks about these kids in the comment section on different YouTubers' channels and social media. You're the same ones. You just don't like the fact I ain't riding with Rondine. I'm not riding with none of them. How about that? I'm not riding with none of them because there's some hanky-panky going with everybody involved. There's some facetiousness going on with everybody involved. Suspect behavior and not dignified behavior that should be exhibited by people trying to find a kids. So you take your ignorance somewhere else because it ain't welcome over here. I know who I am. And I know what I stand for. And I don't believe nothing that I've heard out there in that street or YouTube or Facebook pertaining to this case. I do believe what the source said And the reason why I believe the source is because it's what I already thought on my own before they contacted me. I've never believed her story to how her children got out of her custody. I always suspected there was abuse beforehand. I said that in my videos. So when you come over here, come correct.